Welcome back, ladies and gents. Rucinski show. A few things I'm going to cover today. I'm going to try to do that more so you don't just hear me ramble on for 15 minutes about one thing unless something really, really pisses me off, but I'm going to try something different, change it up. Today, well, I was getting into some things, but first, as I just heard Governor Cuomo from New York, over there on the projector screen, talking about how, he pretty much just blamed everyone else. Said we weren't that bad. Like, regardless of, all of it, you can't turn around and say that we accurately gave all the numbers on deaths in nursing homes and hospitals and all that when all these people have investigated. And funny story, you underreported them by somewhere in between 6,000 and 7,000. So, yeah, that's why I don't get why people vote for Democrats. At least sleazy ones. I mean, they keep defending them. Like, your own state government officials are going after you for underreporting by almost 50% for nursing homes. I'm sorry, they died there, but they died here. Sorry, what? They're all nursing home people, whether they went to a hospital or not. They were there. They got it. They died. I mean, you don't just randomly come up with 6,500 people, roughly, that were misdone, and then turn around and say that you did everything right. Sorry, can't have it both ways. Own it. That'd be a great change of pace for the party. Just own it. No, turn around and blame the whole rest of the world for it. That's going to help anyone that lost loved ones. Actually, no, it's not. But, yeah, just wanted to get that out after I sat there. I tried, but, pretty much blaming it on everyone else isn't going to get you anywhere. You screwed up. You undercounted numbers. Well, it's by almost 50%. I mean, that's a very large screw up right there. Just own it. That's all we want. Own it. Do something about it. Maybe go away and resign. I don't know. But that was a big mistake. And turn around and say, look at all these other places that had this many people die in nursing homes. These people were over here. It wasn't just own it. You will do everyone a very large favor by doing so. I mean, I'd like to know the truth if I lost loved ones, or two loved ones, or many, because of what happened there. And I don't think I'm in the minority on that one. I'm pretty sure everyone deserves to know. And you know what? Your own state wouldn't be coming after you, include your Democrat, state, district attorneys and attorney generals, and all these people coming after you and looking for it. Then obviously you did something wrong. There's been too much turning on each other. So you had to do something screwy, so just own it. Like they didn't make up the report that you undercounted by almost 50%. Like they didn't just make that up. So own it. For the love of God, own it. Now move on let's get back to the impeachment one more time. It's funny, people like Hillary Clinton again came out of the woodwork because she can't ever just go away and shut up. That if he gets acquitted, he'll be acquitted by jurors that are his co-conspirators. Right. It's like Joe Biden, the substance of the charge is not in dispute. Here's how it goes. You rush to judgment and did it without any due process or anything when you impeached him in the House in the first place. Immediately following what happened on the 6th, before any investigation, without witnesses, anything. Boom, did it right off of what everyone thought. And the people that were leading that, some of them, they're in charge of all the, Sergeant Arms and all that. And they turned down requests for additional troops leading up to the 6th, because they knew it was coming. They knew, and they still did it anyway, the people that knew, because they got those reports and those requests, you knew. And then you still went and got him for incitement and impeached him. Remember, incitement on the 6th. His speech is what they said did it. Their words, not mine. I didn't tell them to do it. You didn't tell them to do it, but that's what they did. Even though they knew that their request for help, and even in the impeachment managers, like they opened it up and said, yeah, it turns out it was planned for weeks ahead of time. Yeah, it was. Like when you're opening your thing, your case against someone, you probably shouldn't say you're getting for incitement on the 6th. Even though we knew it was coming, and it turns out it was planned, but yet you guys are still going ahead with it. You were doomed to fail from word one. And their edited videos, he's talking about walking down to the Capitol. It's funny how they cut out when they showed the videos, and I'm guessing the liberal media did too. Right off, they cut it right to, as he was going to say, peacefully and patriotically, march down there and let your voices be heard. You're not supposed to use doctored footage in the Senate anyway. Or the time when he kept saying, we're going to fight. The only other time they used it was funny. Right after he said that we're going to fight by primarying the hell out of them. Out of the people that, the Republicans that didn't fight the election results like, Democrats did after George Bush and after Trump won. Like, we're going to fight them by primarying the hell out of them to get people in there that will actually, do stuff. Not the rhinos that are in there. I mean, it's great that that's all they had was that. And then instead of, turn from incitement on the 6th to look at all the times he said do this, that, and the other thing. It said fight. Like, throughout all the years. Like, guess what? In that amount of time, people in that same Senate were making, threats on the lives of Trump, his family, people in his cabinet. Like, they used, the word fight, multiple times. Every time they talked. Like, if you can do it, everyone's allowed to use those words too. Like, it's very common practice. Like, so you could be all boo-hoo, and they're co-conspirators, but when your whole entire case is incitement on the 6th of January, and it's proven that nothing to do with it. It was planned for weeks. Pipe bombs were planted the night before, at the RNC and DNC headquarters. They're going after both of them. And all that. Your case was dead in the water. You guys did that to yourself. All you people think otherwise say, just turn off Fox News, which I'm tired of seeing because I barely even turn on the news. I just see things, and then I look them up myself to see what's actually there because it's not hard to find the information. Just look it up. It's not hard. If you don't want to do that, you're an idiot. That's what got us here in the first place. I hear things, I go and look them up. I verify, I research. Because no media is going to tell you the whole story regardless. So you have to look it up. And most of the stats and investigations, House resolutions, bills, executive orders, everything. You can find 99% of it very fast. Now, some of it are a lot of reading, yes, but it's out there for you to do it. Not our fault you don't want to do it. It's none of the co-conspirators. The substance of the charge is not in dispute. Well, actually, if it was planned beforehand, then the whole substance of him inciting that on the 6th with his speech is actually disputed by your own House managers, your impeachment managers. I don't know if I need to spell that out for you, people, maybe intellectually inferior. I don't know. You just don't care. Ignorance is bliss. But, sorry, it's in dispute because it was planned beforehand. So, just because you guys had to change your whole entire game plan. Once you found out, oh crap, you didn't. It was planned. We let it go. So you tried to move it on to a broader thing. You lost. And then they were going to do witnesses. It's funny. They said they're going to call this one lady. Apparently had a conversation with Mr. McCarthy from California. Mike McCarthy. Probably wrong with his name, but McCarthy. Said that they talked to him right after he got off the phone with Donald Trump, and he said, well, apparently they care more about the election results than you do. And I didn't want to do anything. It's funny. Last week was a Friday night. That was the 12th. Everything happened on January 6th. And after Trump's defense team butchered everything that the impeachment managers put out there, it's funny, suddenly she tweets late Friday night that she had this conversation. Representative McCarthy, yada, yada, yada. This is what Trump said. One, it'd be hearsay in the first place because there's no actual proof of anything that anyone said. And two, why the hell did it take over a month for you to come out and say it? And if you don't think that looks sketchy, I mean, they knew it the whole time. Why'd they wait till after the defense went in there, did their thing, and rested? In pretty rapid succession, actually. Why'd you bring it up then? If you don't find that sketchy, sorry, you're also an idiot. There's no other word for it. Like, why didn't you bring this up in the first place? Why'd you wait until the defense rests and then go, boom, what? I had a conversation with McCarthy about this. Like, if it really happened, you're like, why would you bring it up then? Unless you're, oh no, we just got slaughtered. There's real questions. It's funny, they said they wanted to do that. Trump seems, oh cool, then, well, got to do and take depositions from people like Nancy Pelosi. Know when they knew and what they knew. And then miraculously, suddenly, no witnesses, let's just vote on it. That went away. Because you knew you'd be done. And you don't want the people to actually hear that, like, sorry, these are all basic facts. They're all there. And you don't think, and you tell me I'm a conspiracy theorist. Why? Because I figured that on January 6th, if someone had a conversation with someone down in the tunnels about what Trump said, that they'd bring it up before House impeachment managers were done with their thing and the defense already did their case and rested. And we're done. Like, and then suddenly it comes up. Like, I'm sorry, that's not a conspiracy theory. If it suddenly comes out over a month later, that, I mean, with everything that was going, how much they were going for impeachment, it's physically impossible that you just waited until then to suddenly go, ooh, this conversation happened. That you can't prove because it's hearsay, which gets you nowhere. Like, people aren't that dumb. I mean, some people are. But, you know, if you really think people are that dumb, I mean, like, come on. Like, people are way smarter than anyone ever gives them credit for. And we notice these things, at least the ones of us that actually use our brain, don't just listen to everything we're fed. Because we actually look stuff up. Use our brains. Think. Hard concept nowadays, I know. Crazy man over here. You know. It is what it is, though. And the last tidbit, remember when all the defunding the police talk started? You know, in Minneapolis after George Floyd. It's amazing how so many people jumped on, took a whole slush, so much of their police budgets. And now, less than a year on, there's Minneapolis, yeah, the mayor saying that they put $6.4 million back into it to hire more police because people are, you know, citizens are pissed off at the spike in violent crime. And the response time, because, well, you know, 200 cops like left and said, see you later, bye. A lot are still on leave. That's another pumping back in mind so they can hire more cops. Like, guess what? Less cops does not make the crime problem and all this stuff go away. It actually makes things worse. I mean, criminals get to stay on the streets because there's less people to even investigate or arrest or do anything. I know. Crazy thought. You actually need cops to be able to get rid of this stuff and be a deterrent. I know. Mesmerizing stuff right there. Mind-boggling. I wonder where he came up with that. Yeah, funny, all the cities that did it, you see how the crime numbers going up and everyone's going to say, oh, but it's still better than it was years ago. Yeah, it's still way worse than it was. And Seattle was, you know, bad. Portland was bad. Places in California did it. New York. Minneapolis was ground zero for all of it. And less than a year later, they're putting $6.5 million back into it to hire more police officers because crime is way up. Response time is way down and people are pissed. Like, I'm pretty sure all of us told you that. Anyone with a brain told you that was going to happen. It's because you couldn't figure it out. Oh no, this is going to save it. It's like, you do realize most of the people that get affected by this are in like minority, like neighborhoods where all the, you know, a lot of crime and bad things happen. They said in all the polling I saw, everywhere, that they wanted the same amount of policing, if not more. like getting rid of cops doesn't solve the problem. Getting rid of criminals and idiots and stop being so lenient and easy on them, that is the deterrent. It's a very large deterrent. Hell, what do I know? Just a law-abiding citizen. Almost got shafted one time, but these things happen. I know it's, blame the cops for all of them. Then to get rid of them, we need less, and then crime goes up, and you're, oh no, why'd this happen? Oh, we need more cops. Well, hell, we all tried to tell you that. But I just got told I was a crazy conspiracy theorist, and the usual, I got name called and cussed out and told to get off of Fox News. Like, no, there's actual databases that keep track of all this stuff. Like, don't have to go on Fox News. You just have to know where to look, and you can keep track of crime and all this stuff happening. It's not that difficult. Use your brains. That's why you have one. The internet's not just for looking up memes and dumb stuff, like we always said. We don't have enough information to be educated on all this stuff that we get the internet, and everyone's wasting it away for like memes and dumb stuff. And just listening to whatever anyone tells them. Like, look it up yourself. Use your brain. Be surprised how far you can get and how much you can learn if you do that one simple thing for me. We should all try it sometime. Try it a lot more. It'll do the world a lot of good, actually. So, talk to each other. Educate yourself. Start acting like human beings. So all this stupidity stops happening. Or at least lessens, because more educated people equals less stupid. Again, like, share, comment, tell me what you think, follow me, subscribe, whatever you call it on YouTube and all that. Like, I'm there, I'm on Rumble, expanding shortly. So, yeah, I appreciate all y'all. Thanks for the time. And until tomorrow, peace out.